Welcome. In front of me I have the iPhone 14 Pro, and today I will go over a review of a case that I have for it from Urban Armor grade casing. So this is some rugged protection case, and yeah, let's get straight to it. Now I'll go over a little bit of things that I will look at. So the design, how it protects a couple of things like cameras, ports, how the buttons press, because sometimes cases might be a little bit thicker to the point that pressing some kind of buttons is more of a chore. So yeah. Anyway, let's just pop it straight open. So in here you can see we have a bunch of grooves, which I assume just reduces the weight of it, which the case is pretty light. The back of it is made out of plastic, so all this kind of camo looking thing is plastic, but it has all around rubber bezels, along with bezels rubber right here. So when you place it down, you're placing it on rubber instead of the hard plastic, which usually slides a little bit more and also doesn't have the best kind of sound when you just plop it down. So now let's put the phone in here. I'll mention I do have a lens protection right here. It's a plastic little protection that goes over the entire camera module, which I did encounter a single case, this one, which was not the best. Number one, it didn't even fit these modules in there, in this cutout. So yeah, another case that I couldn't do that with, where I couldn't fit the camera module, was the cheapest case that I could purchase for like $2. As you can see, this one, for obvious reasons, wouldn't do that because it had a little cutout for the cameras, which when you cover out the spaces in between, for obvious reasons, it won't go on here. But the case was pretty, as you can see, flimsy. It's super thin. It did have a little bit more silicone around the bezels to just kind of absorb shock if you drop it on a corner, and obviously a little bit of bezels around the screen, so when you drop it onto the screen it won't flop straight onto the display, but has a little bit of silicone to protect it. Now let's put the phone into here, and I did already test this case out with the 14 version of this phone, so iPhone 14, and it worked and fit really well. And here it's no different. As you can see, it adds a little bit more space in between, so you can fit the camera module along with the little protection on it without any kind of problem. It protrudes enough to cover it as well, so it won't be scratching this plastic all that much either. In terms of buttons, we have protection over the power and volume buttons, but not the switch. The switch is pretty deep in there, so if you don't have like quite skinny hands like I do, or fingers, or maybe fingernails, you might struggle with flipping this off. But yeah, for me it's not a struggle at all. Now one thing that I'll mention additionally is this case has a little bit of a cutout around every button that is covered, as you can see, like this one. And the reason for this is so it's easier to press the power button. If it would have been completely like sealed, you would need to put a little bit more force. There would be more resistance for that rubber to press it down. But with this being cut out, it's just a simple press without any kind of problem. Now, at the front, the protection, the case does kind of protrude. You can obviously see you have quite a lot of bezel right at the front, and this is already with a tempered glass applied to the screen. Or maybe not tempered, it's some like plasticky actually protection, but it still had some thickness to it. So if you drop your phone like this, obviously it won't be dropped onto the screen whatsoever. The case protects it from that. And corners themselves also have additional protection. As you can see, they protrude much more over the case, so they're not rounded as some other cases might be. They add way more protection to basically be dropped on a corner. You can probably hear that when it's being dropped. You can hear just only like rubber bouncing off. Also, there is no there is a little bit of a wobble, but it's super minuscule, and the rubber back just makes it kind of not very durable, though this is only noticeable, the wobble, when you actually press like on the corner itself. If you just touch anywhere, as you can see, I can basically use the phone without any kind of like wobble. If I get to the corner and press it hard, obviously you can hear it, but other than that, yeah, the phone is quite steady, so that's nice. So anyway, I do have to say I kind of like this case. It's pretty nice. Obviously the camo kind of look might not be for everybody, but the case is rugged and should protect your phone really well. So anyway, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.